Why sin feels worse after finding Christ. Many souls turn away from Christ after a few years, not because he has failed them, but because they misunderstand what it means to follow him. When we first encounter Christ, our hearts are set on fire with love and joy. For a time, his grace overwhelms us, giving us a foretaste of his kingdom. But then, reality sets in. True Christianity is not about worldly success. In rare cases, God allows some to thrive outwardly to advance his work, but for most, he chooses the safer, higher road, separating us from the world. This is why many who once excelled in their crafts, careers, or pursuits find themselves struggling after surrendering to Christ. The shift isn't failure, it's a redirection. As our hearts turn toward the eternal, we naturally loosen our grip on the temporary. But the hardest part is not external loss, it's the internal struggle. The closer we get to Christ, the more aware we become of our own sinfulness. Like stepping into the light and seeing dirt on our faces, we begin to perceive the depths of our fallen nature. Before, we compared ourselves to the world and felt righteous. Now, standing before Christ, we see the truth. Saints who lived in holiness still considered themselves the worst of sinners, not because they continued in sin, but because God allowed them to bear its weight, either from their past or from their love for the world. A true follower of Christ does not take comfort in the world's sinfulness or feel superior to others. Instead, they burn with love and sorrow, longing for the salvation of all. If your life seems to crumble after meeting Christ, do not despair. It is not rejection, it is refinement. You are seeing yourself as you truly are, and that vision, painful as it may be, is the doorway to repentance, humility, and true union with him. May we be counted among those who weep, pray, and intercede, not condemning the world, but standing before God with love, pleading for its salvation.